Matthew 10:32. Pas un hostis homologese in emoi imprasthen ton anthropon, homologeso kago in auto imprasthen tu patrasmu tu entois uranois. Jesus here says, so everyone who will confess in me or confess me. The structure is a little bit unusual, and commentators note, though we would normally expect an accusative here, perhaps this structure is reflecting a very literal translation of the underlying Aramaic that Jesus used. So going back here to the beginning, so everyone who will confess in me or confess me before people, I also, kago, remember that's an example of what's called crasis, where you have two words crashing together, a kai and an ego here crashing together and becoming kago. This little, what looks like an apostrophe there, is actually called a coronis, a crown, that's marking where those words have combined. That is not a breathing mark, although it looks the same, right? So picking up here, Jesus says, I also will confess, notice future tense there, future tense here. I also will confess in him, or confess him, remember, possibly again reflecting that underlying Aramaic structure, where we would normally have expected an accusative form here and an accusative form here. So Jesus says, I also will confess him before my Father who is in the heavens. I want you to note how this article here, this genitive masculine singular article, turns this entire prepositional phrase into an adjective. It turns it into a masculine genitive singular adjective that modifies then the masculine genitive singular noun. What kind of Father? What kind of my Father? My in the heavens Father, my Father who is in the heavens. One final note, this improper preposition, imprasthen, right here, it occurs 2 times in this verse. Imprasthen, originally an adverb, but then came to be used as a preposition followed by a genitive, as it is here. It occurs 48 times in the New Testament, so a relatively common improper preposition. Again, improper prepositions are prepositions that were originally adverbs and then later came to be used also as prepositions, and they're never found as part of a compound verb. They're never found as a prepositional prefix on a compound verb.